Hello. Hi. Kon Kie, konbanwa. My name is Kie. I'm your celestial guardian of memories. Excuse me. And today we're making some new ones with a just chatting stream. I'm still sick. Hold on, give me a moment, guys. I gotta reply to Mama Kie immediately after starting the stream. Give me a moment. Yeah, sorry. I had to talk to Kia Mama about dinner. Anyway, how are you guys doing? Good to see you guys. I'm coming from my new location. Whether this location is temporary or not, we shall see. But it is right next to the router, which I realize doesn't make too much of a difference if you know there's no cable connected to the router, but it's right next to my screen if it counts for anything. Hi everybody. 라쿠 하모님 감사합니다. 37월? 예? 월? 예? Yes. 감사합니다. 감사합니다. 네, 잠깐만요. Hang on, I need to. Okay, this is good. We can order food. Okay, hold on, guys. All right. Hang on. Sorry guys, this is so unprofessional of me. First stream back and already being distracted. I will never make it as a professional VTuber. Okay. Okay, let's just make sure the order is in. Okay, great. So now we can continue. K-word? Ah, yes. Hello. Okay. Sorry, let me just read the chat. Hi, guys. Okay, sorry. Kia Mama is asking many questions. Okay. Sorry. Hello, Manu. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Bubbles. Hello, Zafia. Oh my gosh, sorry, guys. Yeah. Hi Berkham, welcome to the stream. Welcome. I'm sorry, I am unfortunately quite unwell. I have been unwell for some time, but spirits are high. I am glad to be back streaming again. I was on a holiday for a little bit. I was on holiday for a little bit, and I came back. There was a lot of renovations done to the house, and so now I have relocated to a separate room, which I'm not really sure if we will be streaming here for the future. I still prefer streaming from my room, but it's okay. There are certain limitations to this particular room that I'm currently in. The biggest one being that there's no door to this room. It's more like a space rather than a room, but there's no door. And there is also a CCTV camera in this room for some reason. So when we moved into this place, Kia Mama, Kia Papa decided to put a CCTV camera in this space, and it's broken, right? It's broken. But I did ask Kia Mama recently ever since I like shifted my setup to this space. I was like, so is this CCTV camera gonna be like repaired or something? Because it's like right behind me. And for you guys who have no idea, no idea. For you guys who don't know, the Key Mama doesn't really know about the whole streaming thing, so I'm not quite sure how I feel about having a CCTV camera which Kia Mama and Kia Papa has access to, looking over my shoulder as I stream. Excuse me. So yeah, well, updates on that to come. But Kia Mama has fully intends to fix this at some point. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But this space does have a larger like table space, which means like there's this space for like Bread to come and play right next to me and use the same microphone. It's a little bit better than the previous setup where he kind of had to sit on the floor because there's no space in the room. So the space that I'm currently in is it's actually a space that like Kia Mama uses sometimes to work from home. So yeah. Okay, I'll read the comments. Sorry, there's just like so many things going on right now. I I hope yeah, sorry. When it comes to being sick as well, I realize my attention span has become very, very short. It's also a little bit earlier than usual. My streams are usually about 2 hours from now, but another issue because of the door situation is that, you know, if right now I'm like alone in the house, save for the CCTV camera at the back. But like once Kia Mama and Kia Bro comes back, it's probably a little bit noisier, and I don't really know how to deal with that. So yeah, we'll see. Yes. Okay. Let's read the comments. Sorry, it's also very noisy. I keep apologizing. I should stop apologizing. This is the situation right now, and you guys just gotta deal with it. Yeah. Yes, but yeah, there's a lot of changes with the setup, so I feel like I'm still trying to figure out where best to place certain things so that it's not so noisy. Yeah. Okay, let's see. 아니 근데 언제 3년 배치가 생겼나요? Oh, when did the 3-year batch appear? 처음 보는 아이스크림이란 뭔가 해네요. 최근에 how do I say 최근에 add 할 거예요. no. Sorry. 최근에 add 했어요. 아이스크림 빵이에요. 추가했다고요. Okay, so it's 추가. Hi. Yes. 최근에 추가했어요. 아이스크림 빵이에요. 아하, 아이스크림. 샌드 맞아요. 큰 소리. 미안해요. Yes, ice cream sandwich. 주지 마요. 예. 감사합니다. 감사합니다. Okay, so who else is here? Have I said hi Zafia? Hi Zafia. Chugging Yakult, that's great. Do you have a favorite flavor? How are you doing here? I hope a bit better. Okay, so it's a bit strange because my sickness, I've been sick for a very long time, as you guys know, and it's kind of like developing in strange ways. It started out with fever and things like that. Then I went on my trip feeling sort of okay-ish, better-ish, but then I lost my voice. But other than losing my voice, everything else was fine. My nose was fine, my throat was fine, other than the fact that I had no voice. And then after that, I developed this cough, okay? Which has been the bane of my existence for the last couple of days. I can't sleep because it's so bad. And yeah, now I'm getting like, the sniffly nose and the body aches again, which usually means I'm about to have a fever. So yeah. I don't know. I will see a doctor again. I'm on antibiotics again because when I'm coughing like this, it's a chest infection. And when my lymph nodes are swollen and everything, it usually means that my body's fighting an infection. So I am back on another course of antibiotics. We'll see. Thank you for asking. Hello, I'm professional VTuber. That is me. It's like you never went away. Hi, Barton. Hello. Excuse me. I have to get ready for work soon. Have a good day at work, Bubbles. Holy niche in a comfy community sort of way. Wait, where is it? Yo, hi! Welcome to my stream. Is this your first time? Everybody's really nice here, so I hope you enjoy your stay, Brigham. That sounds kind of cursed, but thank God it's broken. No, the no door and the CCTV camera makes this room sound like it's something out of a horror book or something. But it's not. Like it's lots of light. Okay, there is a window. Yeah, I know. The way that I'm describing it sounds really, really strange, and I'm sure you cannot imagine what this room looks like. But it does exist, and I'm here right now, streaming from here. It is said to be broken, but is it really? Like, I'm looking at it right now, I think it really is broken. Usually when our CCTV camera is working, there's like a red light, and this one looks thoroughly broken. Kia family noises. She's gonna dox Kia bro to the internet. Okay, I tried to like ease my family into the idea of not talking while I am like streaming. So for the longest time, it's always just been like, I am playing games with my online friends. So that's what everybody thinks, right? Which technically it's correct. It's not exactly like inaccurate. Yeah, so I was just trying to explain to Kia family that it's not ideal for them to be talking, because then my online friends will be able to hear everything. Yes. And it's a bit hard to explain it properly because they're just like, what's wrong with you? So recently, when I was in Japan, so I just came back from Japan. For you guys who have been following my Twitter or my Blue Sky, I came back from Japan. And so when we were in Japan, we were in this place called Yokohama, and there was like an event with Niji-sanji VTubers, and it was like a collaboration with like this theme park called Yokohama Cosmic World, which I think has ended. So there were these Niji-sanji VTuber standees where the cable cars were. So while we were waiting in line, there was also like this TV that was like playing the advert for this collaboration. So it was like on repeat. So I was just like, maybe I could like kind of like tell Kia Mama a little bit about what VTubers are. And so later that evening in the hotel, I was trying to tell Kia Mama about it. While we were in the line, by the way, I was listening to these conversations with these Japanese people also, and I was like listening to this young guy tell his, I assume it's his mother or aunt. He was telling his mother slash aunt what VTubers are as well, and like she was kind of like amused but also didn't quite understand, like confused amusement. I'm not sure if that's a word, but yeah. So I was trying to tell Kie Mama about what VTubers are. So I tried to explain it the way that the guy in the Japanese guy in the line tried to explain to his mom and aunt. And he was like, oh, it's like a YouTuber, but it's like a virtual one. So there's a virtual avatar, which I think is pretty straightforward, right? So I tried explaining that to Kie Mama, and her only response was just like, oh, okay. And I just was like, is that all? Like, you know, they live stream using an avatar and people watch them, and then, you know, they have cool opportunities like this, you know. And then she's just like, yeah, cool. And then she just moved on to other things. I was like, okay, well, that went well, I guess. She couldn't care more, less. I mean, I think I learned one of two things from this. First of all, I learned that Kie Mama does not care, and two, she definitely does not know that I'm a VTuber. Because if she did, she's doing a really good job at like pretending that she doesn't know. Yeah. It's your first time. It just popped in your recommendations. Thank you, YouTube, for recommending this video to Berkham. Welcome. I mean, the response could have been worse. Yeah, true. I mean, I'm not sure what I was expecting, to be honest. I guess I was expecting some sort of a more in-depth conversation about what they do, perhaps. But then she just kind of said like, oh, I don't really remember much. She really wasn't paying attention to the TV that was broadcasting the same collaboration ad on repeat. But yeah, it was kind of cool. It made me kind of sad because we didn't actually go to like Yokohama Cosmo World because it was not part of the plan. I would go. There was like a roller coaster and stuff, and that looked really fun. There was a huge Ferris wheel. Yeah, but I've come to realize that when you travel with family, there are a lot of things that you may not be able to do. So for this particular trip, I was like telling my family, I think this is like my first trip where I actively planned the itinerary. Previously, Kie Papa did most of the planning, but I decided, you know, I wanted to help out more. With our family trips, usually, yeah, Kie Papa does the planning. But yeah, so I was like, okay, I want to like plan the stops, and I want to take more like responsibility. And yeah, but I kind of realized that it's kind of hard to plan for like an entire family, because taking into consideration not only what they would want to do is sometimes different from what I would want to do if I were traveling by myself, as well as like Kie Papa and Kie Mama's ability to, one, walk for long periods of time, and two, go hungry. I don't know about you guys, but I would like go hungry just to have the best food. So I would like queue for long hours, or I would, you know, if it's like 2 p.m. and we would have to travel like 30 minutes to the food location, I would like go hungry for half an hour and queue for another half an hour to eat that recommended item. But Kie Mama and Kie Papa can't do that. They need to eat when they're hungry. So there were certain stops that we couldn't go. And then there were certain stops where, you know, Kie Papa was just tired. Because, you know, my dad and mom aren't like very young. So yeah, you kind of have to take that into consideration too. Previously, when Kie Papa did most of the planning, for me and Kie Bro, we are pretty like easy when it comes to traveling and itineraries. Whatever my dad wants to do, we do. And usually it's quite straightforward because Kie Papa's interests is food. So everything is kind of planned around the food. And generally you know, my dad and my mom, they generally would like to relax. I like going to theme parks. I like doing more adventurous things like hiking. Yeah, and Gabriel is a bit like that as well. But you know, we gotta take into consideration our parents. So yeah, there were a couple things we couldn't do. I think that's also why literally all of my vlogs in my other channel is mainly revolving around food, and that's because that's the main bulk of what we do. We eat. Excuse me. We eat and we walk. And I really did my best in terms of like planning for this, because Kie Papa is interested in food, right? But he also likes going to see like temples or parks, etc., that kind of thing. Kie Mama likes shopping, like a lot of shopping. Just whether she actually buys anything or whether it's just like window shopping, she likes shopping. So I try to accommodate that as well. Yeah, Kia Bro is a little bit more like he's flexible. He's flexible. Like when he goes on trips on his own, he will do like crazy things like climb mountains and climb more mountains and ski, etc. But I think with the family, he's generally more chill. Yeah. As one Uncle Roger said, the secret to good food, torture. I feel like food just tastes better when like you're hungry, right? I don't know. And I feel like you travel all the way to another country, there are all these food items that I gotta tick off my list. I would sacrifice sleep. I would sacrifice like I don't know. Yeah, basically sacrifice sleep and wait for a long period of time to eat the thing that I need to eat. But of course within reason, you see. Yeah, I feel like waiting 3 hours for something is just crazy. I wouldn't wait like 3 hours for a theme park, right? Either. So there is a limit somewhere. Yeah, mama. Oh no, anyway. Anyway. The last time I traveled with my family, I was a tour guide and had to do all the planning. Not gonna do that again. I mean, it's a challenge in its own, but I also like really appreciate the family time that we get to spend together for sure. Because as a family, we all work really hard. Kie Papa, Kie Mama, Kie Bro, and myself, we work really, really hard day-to-day life. So being able to spend this quality time together, it's really quite special. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go back and read some comments. I realized I kind of just jumped into this topic. Hey, drink some water here. Thank you. Hi Ray, welcome to the stream. I've been drinking so much water. So much water. I've taken immunity shots. Now I'm like trying everything I can to recover. It's exhausting. But I am in a good mood, as you guys can tell, because I'm happy to be streaming again. We need a room tour. From my room next time, I was talking about this in the previous stream about how my room will eventually be more suitable for things like handcam streams and other vlogs on my other channel. But right now, because there's a lot of work happening with the house and with my room at the moment, I kind of just have like a bed and a bunch of like moving boxes, and I have not unpacked the moving boxes because there's no space to unpack the moving boxes because no other furniture has arrived. So I just have a bed surrounded by boxes, and it is fine actually. I'm totally fine with that. I could live like that. I could live like that. My like bag and my makeup bag and my necessities are just sitting on top of a cardboard box. I feel like if it does the job, it does the job. Hi Hapsicot, welcome to the stream. Got me at work. I hope you're having a good day at work. I don't have a door, I have a comically large window. It's pretty big. Actually, the window is pretty big. Hi Kia, everything's okay. Hi Eddie, welcome to the stream. Everything is okay. I'm glad to be back. I am just, you know, sick. Yes. The thing about this window is that another issue with this room is that this window kind of faces like neighbors, and you kind of like, if I look out the window I can kind of see into my neighbor's house, and it's the same situation. If I can see my neighbor can definitely see me. And it was quite funny because Brett was helping me set up like my space for streaming the other day, and it was like nighttime, and he looks out the window and he goes, I can see your neighbor. And I'm like, yeah, I literally told you we can see like my neighbor from here. That's why like I didn't really like this space for streaming. And he's like, interesting. And like, okay, cool. This is what you get for abandoning the green owl. Okay, Zephyr, to be fair, I was like really like in my brain was like in Japanese mode for the past like 2-3 weeks. I'm actually really proud of myself because this time round I really made an effort to actually speak the language. I've kind of mentioned in previous streams before, like I learned Japanese, like basic Japanese, right? Enough to get by, like to order things or to like converse with like someone basically on a day-to-day very basic basis. But I am too afraid to use it because I'm afraid of the follow-up questions. So this time round, I told myself I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna speak the Japanese, and I am going to, like, if I don't get the follow-up questions, I don't get the follow-up questions, but I'm just gonna do it. And so I did. Like for the majority of the trip, I did it so much that my parents started to like rely on me to speak Japanese for certain requests. And I'm like, some of the requests are beyond my realm of language ability. Yeah, so I can't. It stressed me out a lot. And as a result, like Kia Papa like really wanted to like visit all this izakayas and shops where everything is in Japanese. So like I can read the menu. I can sort of read the menu. But if you have like follow-up questions on certain things, like I don't know, is it like if you wanted to, okay, so if you wanted to ask the people in the shop about like the sake, for example, the different types of sake, I can't ask that question. I can ask the question, they can reply, but I cannot understand a single thing that they say. You know what I mean? So I just got really stressed out. We went to this really hole in the wall, kind of operating from somebody's house bakery on the way between like prefectures, I guess. Yeah, and they only spoke Japanese, so I could converse, like I could order things, and I could say, oh, like we want to have this here, and they basically said that, oh, they said something which I kind of interpreted as there is no space inside the shop for people to sit together, so you can sit separately. So that was what I interpreted what they said. I couldn't understand fully what they said, but based on the little bits of vocabulary that I understood, I thought that was what they said. But then after that, they came out with like takeaway boxes. So I was like, wait, what? I was like, okay, so I guess they did not say that like we could sit separately. I think maybe they're asking us to maybe sit outside because there was like a terrace. So I spent a really long time after we left the shop thinking to myself, like, what was it? Because then my dad was asking me to ask them if we could sit inside but separately, but I didn't have the ability to say all of that, right? So I I couldn't. I was really stressful. So I just said, let's just go to the terrace, because I could. When they passed us the drinks and the sandwich, they this one I know for sure because I understood 100% of what they said. They said, yeah, you can go outside and sit at the terrace, no problem. So I was just like reflecting on what they said that I did not understand, and I was like reflecting on it for a really long time. After we finished our drinks and our sandwich, and then we went back into the car and we were driving, and I was thinking to myself, what was it? And I think what they said is, oh, if you want to sit inside the store, you have to order like a meal and a drink per person. I think that was what they said. Yeah. But you see, I'm like trying my best, and there is like all this room for like misinterpretations because I just did not understand what they said, or I think I understood what they said, but they did not. I did not. So I was trying to get Kia Papa to understand. I cannot. I can order things and I can do like simple back and forth, but I cannot. There are things I do not understand. Yeah, but it was a great experience, and I'm actually really glad. I think the biggest problem with practicing languages for me is just the courage to actually utilize it. I also like paid a lot more attention this time around to other people's conversations in a way, not in a eavesdropping kind of way, but like if I was at a cafe or a restaurant, I would like listen to how other people would be ordering their food or how they would be speaking to their friends, because I realize also that sometimes what they teach you in textbooks is not necessarily regular day-to-day conversation language. Yeah, so it was nice, it was cool. Did you take any JLPT exams? Only like N5 and N4 years ago. But I don't practice it, you see. So yeah. But yeah, it was nice. Every time I successfully managed to understand and converse and order things, made me really happy. Yeah. I think for me the main problem is that I didn't want to, I use the language, right, and then they reply in Japanese, but it's in a way that I don't understand, and I feel like I'm creating problems for people, because what if they actually could speak English, and I'm just creating problems by attempting to speak the language. But I kind of realize at the end of the day, I think it doesn't really matter. You can try and you can learn, right? I think they will understand that you're trying to practice. And I think most of the time people do appreciate your attempts, even if they don't fully understand you don't fully understand the follow-up questions. It's okay. Yeah. N5 is like the lowest level, right? And N4 is like the one up from that. It's okay. But I still think maybe it's also because of my lack of practice. It's been several years since then. I didn't really practice the language. I didn't really write much. But I can definitely understand, and now I totally get it now why people would like move to the country to be able to practice the language more. I feel like if I were there for like 3 months or something and really dedicated myself to using the language and speaking with other people, it would be a lot easier to pick it up and to retain it. Yeah. Yes. But we got a streamer next door. That's the thing. Like I'm looking to see if my neighbor's just looking into the room, and he's like, "Oh, there's a streamer here." Yeah. So that was that. I'm proud of myself, and I'm glad that I did that. I'll definitely be going to Japan again. Maybe not so much with my family, because we've gone as a family to Japan a couple of times. already, but more with bread, because there are parts of Japan we as both of us haven't actually explored together yet, and yeah, I think it'll be good practice. My family at first did not care at all what we would do, but once I made a plan, they were like, but we could do this and that. It was so exhausting. Yeah, like, I think as a general rule of thumb, if you're not gonna plan like, as in for traveling in groups, like with your family or with your friends, if you're not gonna plan, you don't get to say you don't get to say, like, you don't get to kind of comment on the itinerary. If you're not gonna give input when we are planning, aka like, if you're not gonna be actively involved in the planning process and you're gonna leave it to me, you're going to just shut up and do whatever I want to do. Yes. And I think another rule that is good to follow is that not just for like groups, but I think in a relationship as well, or like when you're traveling with two, even just like with one other friend, I've realized that the key to a harmonious existence is that only one person should be using their brain at a time. Everybody else should just like shut off and just follow. Because if more than one person uses their brain and more than one person decides that they have an opinion about something, it's gonna have like repercussions, and it's gonna be problematic, and it's gonna be fights, and there's gonna be disagreements. Because like if I say, okay, we're gonna take this line and we're gonna go this route, and if Kia bro is gonna be like, no, you should go this way, and then we're gonna disagree, probably we're both right. It's just different like ways of doing it. So, but when we went on the trip, I told my family, I say, I have one rule. One person uses their brain at a time. And it's probably gonna be me, because I planned the itinerary this time around. I have another story about this using the brain thing, because as a result of one person using the brain and my family following me, I caused my family to miss the train. I will talk about that after I thank Lara for 22 months of membership. Hello, Lara. I have a collab with Lara this Saturday. It was the one that we postponed, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm doing my best to stay as healthy as I can. Yes, because Lara has lots of stuff going on, exciting new developments, so she's gonna be busy. So I really want to be able to catch her when I still can. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, this makes so much sense, but it is also exhausting to always be the one acting as the brain. That is true. I didn't mind it, definitely, because I felt like it was easier, and I also did most of the planning, and because I'm younger, so I thought it was okay. And also because most of the driving was done by Kia Papa and the navigation was done by Kia Bro, so we all just kind of took turns in that way, using our brains in certain ways. I think the only person, no, that's not true actually. I was gonna say the only person who didn't really need to use their brain much on this trip was Kia Mama. But she definitely did, because like she was the queen of packing. The number of things that my family bought in order to pack them all in the luggage, she was playing like, what do you even call this, like Tetris in the luggage, and she did a great job. Hola tremendo, hola. Buenos dias. Apartment hunting is beating my ass. I'm sorry to hear that, but I hope it's exciting. I like planning stuff, but also I get stressed out because I'm worried that maybe I plan something badly and people won't have fun. Me too, that's 100% me, because like I found myself asking my dad, like, are you okay? Is it fun? Did you enjoy that? Did you enjoy seeing this shrine? Is it too much walking? Are you tired? Are you hungry? Like, are you too full? How's the food? Because I was in charge of all the food as well. So yeah, I definitely, at the end of the day, at the end of the trip, I was very tired. So, but I would do it again. I guess for my family, I would do it again. My mom is always also my mom is also a packing queen. She always talks shit about how I pack. Same. Also, my mom is like if you thought that I was like a type A personality, I feel like I'm type A in certain ways, right, for work, but not really so much in terms of life in general. But my mom is type A through and through. She is so neat and tidy, and it actually it honestly freaks me out a little bit because when we travel as a family of 4, I room with Kia Mama and Kia rooms with Kia Papa. And being in a room with Kia Mama means that like she wipes down the sink every time that it's being used. And I'm not sure if that's normal or not, but she will wipe down every single like drop of water that I create in the bathroom. And I am a person, which I think is like a red flag for me, I guess, my toxic trait, I don't know. Like I cannot like use a sink and not get like the area around it wet. I mean, of course, like in the bathroom, like in the public toilets, I create a like splash situation, right? And I would clean that up. And like excuse me, washing dishes, I also create like a huge mess, like water everywhere. I also clean that up. Bathroom also, whenever I use the bathroom, it gets wet, right? But I clean it like up after it gets wet, and then I know that I'm not gonna use it again. My mother like cleans it every time, like even for a short while that I like use the sink and I will be back to use it again, she cleans it and she wipes that down. And then because I have all these like bottles, I have like this 6-step skincare routine. So I have many like bottles that I bring with me. Like she will rearrange my bottles in like there is usually like a classification method, like whether it's by height or by material or bottle or something like that. She will just like rearrange it and then she'll just wipe it down. And so it's always very tidy. Okay, it's very tidy, and I'm not complaining. I love that about my mom. But I feel so like blessed in a way because Brett and I have similar levels of existing in spaces. So like he also gets like the bathroom kind of wet, and we are not super tidy, but we are tidy enough, and we always make sure that the room is tidy every time we leave. Like if we're traveling overseas, right, and we are going to be staying in the hotel room for 2 days, when we leave the next morning to go sightseeing, we always like make the bed. Kia Mama makes the bed like she's the cleaner of the hotel. She cleans the room like she's the cleaner of the hotel, and she makes the bed like she's the cleaner of the hotel. So I'm like, wow. And the thing is that Kia Papa is actually like that as well. Although now that he's like older, he's a bit more tired. But Kia Papa is a lot like Kia Mama. And I guess that's why they make a great couple. If you plan something, I will shout at the end of it, "Are you not entertained?" Wait, let me just turn on the light. It's a bit dark. It's like here. It's cool. The lighting in this room is quite interesting because like you can turn it on and then there is a warm light and there is a white light. So I'm just like turning it on to the warm light. Oh, dinner is here. Dinner has arrived. When my mom comes over, she just cleans my whole place while I sleep. Like, ma'am, what are you doing? My mom is like that too. Oh my gosh, we have the same mother. Hi Alexia, welcome to the stream. No wonder Kia is sickly. Are you saying I'm sickly because I am like a mess? I'm not a mess. I'm actually quite tidy, I would say. Okay, sorry, let me give me a moment. I think give me a moment. Okay, sorry guys, I am back. Small issue. Earlier, breathless again. I kicked something and my PC just decided to black out. All good, we are fine now. Hope you don't mind if I check my food right now. No, here we can't have the same mother. We do not. Yes, we do not have the same mother. We have similar mothers. She kicked PC Kun? Yes, I definitely did. Hello, Boris. Thank you for the 39 months membership. Is it worth it? You mean the Kia juice? It was really nice. I think it was like it's like a seasonal thing because it's summer now in Japan, so fresh kiwi juice is like a summer thing apparently. It was good. Okay, so that's that. My very neat mother. Let me see what else. Oh yes, I wanted to talk to... I wrote down a list of things I wanted to talk about so that I could make sure that I shared everything I needed to share with you guys. It's like, I don't know if like you haven't met like some of your friends for a very long time. I have like an agenda when I meet like friends I haven't met in a while. I'm like, okay, we gotta talk about this and then this and then this and then this. Because otherwise, like, how do you remain focused? How do you not like go on a complete tangent on things? You gotta... No, going on tangents is fine. It's just that you gotta come back to the agenda at the end of it. From a bird to a fruit, is it worth it? Guys, you know I made the post, right? About how much I've grown attached to the concept and the idea of kiwi birds. We went to I didn't really like think about buying much stuff basically on this trip. I didn't really want to buy too many things because I have like a lot of things already and I'm trying to save money. But I was walking around this place. It's called Haruniere Terrace and it's in Karuizawa. And it's basically this lovely like open space with like lots of shops. And then there was this like very nice like wood shop. So they sold a lot of like wood items, like not furniture, but like accessories, I guess. And then like clocks and cups and etc. that were made of wood. Oh, the on-screen chat is frozen. Okay, hold up, guys. Let me fix that. There we go. Thanks for letting me know. But yeah, so I walked in and like in the picture that I showed you guys inside the Dear Kiwi post, there were these 3 kiwi birds that were, I guess, objectively the ugliest things I've ever seen. It's so ugly. It's so ugly, and they came in like green and white and brown. But like, they were the first things I saw. Like when you walk right into the store, it's right there in front of me on this table and I just immediately grew attached to it, and that's a problem, okay? I am a love at first sight kind of shopper. If I see something, which I guess is like a good thing and a bad thing, because if I don't typically do window shopping. Like I don't go around and like walk around and browse and try on different things. If I see something I like, that's it, we're done. Like we finished. It's like call it a day, guys. So but the problem is that when I walk into the store and I see something like that and I immediately fall for it, then that's a problem, because I saw it, right? And I mean, of course I was like, haha, this is so ugly, but also haha, that's a kiwi bird and I kind of like it and it's kind of cute and it comes in the color scheme of my room. and I think it'd be nice to put it like next to my setup. And it's really well made, it's super cute, like you can hold it in your hand, and I don't know, it's like, it's ugly but it's kind of nice in a way. So I just like looked at it, and I told Kia Mama, I was like, kind of want that bird. And I also told Kia Papa, I kind of want that bird, because we really walked out of the store and like we had lunch and everything, and we were about to leave, but I couldn't stop thinking about the fucking birds. I couldn't stop thinking about the kiwi birds. And because like this is like a specialty, I guess, shop, it's not like I could find it online or anything. So I left my heart in the store next to those 3 birds. So when I was telling my mom and my dad about how much I wanted it, we were about to pay for parking and leave. And then my mom was like, okay, like, but do we have space for it? And then, do you have space for it? And my dad was like asking me like, what is it? And I showed him a picture, and he goes like, Tweety bird? Tweety bird. He called you guys Tweety birds. Yeah. And so I whipped out my secret weapon, which is Brett. I sent a picture to Brett. No, because I can't expect my parents to understand, right? Parents who do not understand the concept of kiwis. But Brett does. Brett understands because he knows about you guys. So I texted him. I was like, I want this. Should I get it? Because at the end of the day, our room is gonna be a shared space, right? So I got to make sure that he's comfortable with my purchasing choices. And he was like, get it. And then I told Kia Mama and Kia Papa, Brett said get it. And they were like, okay, fine, just get it. If your fiance is okay with it, go get it. So I marched right into the store. I picked you guys up. And I went to the counter and I bought you guys. And then as I was paying, the funniest thing is, Kia Mama started noticing that actually the whole store had all these like kiwi birds just placed in like random spots. So like that main area at the front had 3 of them, but there were like so many more in the store. I was like, that's so cute. So anyway, yeah, I got you guys, I took you guys home. I was so worried because it's like kind of fragile. The beak is like really long, and I was like kind of worried that it would like snap in half if like I'm not too careful. I was hand carrying it, like I was treating it so carefully. It's like my single most important purchase of the trip. Even more important than the house moving castle cup that I bought. Yeah. Where is this store? I want to go there now. It's I forgot the name of the shop, but it's at Harunire Terrace, which is in Karuizawa. It's one of the last few shops, and it's like it sells wood products. I I did take videos and stuff. I was intending to do like a short vlog or something like that. I was putting the clips together. I realized it's just food, and I think there's not gonna be like a narrative to it. It's just gonna be a compilation of clips. Yeah. I'm a professional window shopper. I just be wasting everyone's time. No, I mean, I think it's nice. I like walking around and looking at shops too, but like I usually go shopping like on a day-to-day basis. I usually go shopping with something in mind, like an endpoint in mind. Otherwise, it's gonna be like this situation where I did not intend to bring home a kiwi bird, but I fell in love with it, and then I have to take it home. We're just a product to her. Capitalism. It is in a way, but it's also so much more than that. There's a lot of emotions tied to that. But yeah, I mean, I just like, you got me thinking like, hey, I think I've kind of gotten like attached to the idea of like kiwi birds in general. They will always have a soft spot soft spot for me. And that's okay. The next reminded me of that one duck stuffy. The long neck is where you hold them. Okay, I hold you guys very gently, okay? I hold that butt very gently. I hold it by the butt. By the butt. When I actually like have my table set up properly, I will take a picture of it. For you guys. Yes. Okay, sorry. We are back on track to our agenda. Wait, let me see the comments if you guys have said anything that I missed out. I have been living in a new apartment since more than half a year and my mom has never been over. No chance that she would clean. Sorry, coughing again. So basically Zephyr and Kia Mama are pretty much the same. Are you very tiny and tidy too, Manu? Are all our mothers just the same? No, are all our mothers Zephyr basically? I actually like... I think I mentioned it. Yeah, I did mention it in like a stream before. I learned... No, I mentioned it in the Kiwi post. Yeah, I learned that Kiwi birds do not have kneecaps. It's very interesting to me. I didn't know they did not have kneecaps, but apparently, like, all birds do not have kneecaps. I think Theo mentioned that. Very fascinating. The more you know. But yeah, so I was talking about... I don't want to see any speck of sprinkle in my sink, period. I wash my dishes gently, but thoroughly. That's good. That's good. I'm happy for you and your partner. Very neat and tidy. I think we have similar... I have a similar cleaning habit as my mom. We do clean regularly, but not like extra often. Yeah, I feel like with cleaning a normal amount it's pretty good for hygiene reasons, a normal amount. But sometimes I just think my mom is just extra. She isn't super extra these days because she's just tired from work and other obligations. But I think if she weren't tired, she would be like cleaning constantly. I think when she stops working, she will be cleaning the house constantly. But we will live in a very clean house. Yes. So, I was talking about this earlier, about how like I told my family that only one person should use their brain at a time, and I felt pretty confident because I actually navigated the train system fairly recently with Brett, like last year. So I thought, I got this, and we were staying in a similar area. So I was super confident and I bought the tickets, right? And they were not cheap, they were pretty expensive because like the ticket from Narita airport to like the main city is not cheap. And I think my mistake was this because as I was like conversing with the person who was selling the tickets, the person, I don't know if you guys have ever seen like this ticket stubs that you get from like Narita, from like the Narita express station area. It's like I don't know how to read them. Like I can't find... I think it's a me problem. I don't know where is like the like where am I supposed to go essentially. I think you're supposed to like look at the ticket and like kind of look at the board, but I couldn't really understand. So usually the person who issues the ticket will tell you, okay, go to platform what, yeah, and then take the train at this time. But because Kia Papa was with me, and I think we were trying to like manage it at the same time. I heard the guy say like the time as well as the platform to go to, and Kia Papa heard as well. But I kind of second guessed what I heard because after that, when we left the area and we were faced with the gate of platforms, Kia Papa goes like, oh, he said platform, I don't know, like 3 or something like that. And I was like, did he? I guess. So that I guess caused us to miss our train. So we like went down and we missed the train because the train came and left and it wasn't our train. And so I had to like ask another person to be like, hey, help, where do I go for this? And then he was like, oh, it's platform 1. And I'm like, shit. And you know how like the trains are super prompt and exact in Japan and everything. And I was like, I think we just missed the train. So I turned to Kia Papa and I was like, we missed the train. And I was like, I felt so bad because I was like telling my family to trust me and everything, but we missed the train. I turned to Kia Papa and yeah, I told him we missed the train, and Kia Mama like looks at me just like, how? Kia Mama's about to freak out and I'm about to start crying. Because I felt like, oh my gosh, we wasted a whole bunch of money. And Kia Papa goes, it's okay, we can like, we should just ask somebody. And like, and then I came to my senses and I'm like, yes, we should just ask somebody. Yeah, so we just asked, I went to ask someone else at the station, and they were like, I told them that we missed the train, so what do I do now? Do I have to buy a new ticket? And then they said, no, it's alright, you can just take the next train, which was about a half an hour later. There were other faster ways. After we missed this train, right, there were actually other faster ways, but that would involve buying additional tickets, new tickets. So we just waited 30 minutes. Have to change a couple of trains in between compared to the previous one where we could just take the train all the way. But at the end of the day, we got there and we had time to spare before our dinner time. So it was great. I am grateful for Kia Papa. I think at the end of the day, you know, I feel like even though I've grown up, right, I'm now like an adult and everything, my dad is still like this figure to me who I can always rely on. And I think to my parents at least, I'm always little Kia at the end of the day. So I don't know. Yeah. So basically, guys, listen to the person who's issuing the ticket and don't second guess yourself. Yeah. Let me just update my list of things to talk about. I walk in the house barefoot. The moment my feet feels any speck of dust, the duster and vacuum turns on. Wow. My house is like super like dusty at the moment because of all the renovation and painting work happening. But I also can't stand it. But I don't like clean and scrub the floor right now because I know that it's probably gonna get like dirty again. So instead I wash my feet. I wash my feet. I've never been at Narita Airport. I was only at Haneda Airport. I see. I think most of the flights in Singapore, I don't know, I've mainly arrived at Narita Airport. Go to platform 9 3/4. No, it's like, it's super hectic because there's so many lines, right? And there's so many travelers. And I also saw like a bunch of travelers being like super like mean to the staff there. And I really just wanted to just tell him, can you just chill out, bro? Like, you getting frustrated at the staff is not gonna help at all. Okay. Okay, so what else that I wanna talk about like this? Oh wait. Yes, I did wanna ask. I did a post while I was in Japan, right? About shampooing hair twice. Shampooing hair twice. And it's because I saw a, like, based on the poll, it seems like nobody knows that you're supposed to shampoo your hair twice. And I actually went to Google about it as well, and it seems like it's not necessarily the case. But what happened is because I was watching a clip I was watching a clip of By the Beat, Niji Sanji's By the Beat, and then they were like doing this discussion about shampooing hair, and apparently you're supposed to shampoo your hair twice, but the reasoning that they gave is kind of different from what I read online. So I think some people say you have to shampoo twice because the first time gets rid of the oil and the gunk, and then you shampoo the second time to like get like the deep clean, so that, you know, because if you have all the oil and stuff on the surface of your scalp and your hair, the benefits of the shampoo won't be able to penetrate because there's all this oil on top, so you gotta wash it off first before you do your second wash. But according to the clip, it's also more like for the foaming effect. Like if you, I don't know if you guys have been to like a salon or stuff, or like you got your hair washed, but you realize that they tend to like pump the shampoo the first time, and then they like massage it in, and then they pump a second time, and then they get like all this sud and all this foam in your hair, so you get like a really good wash. Yeah, and then they was talking about how they realized that once you actually, when you do it twice, you get a lot of soap, a lot of the foam, which is really satisfying. And I tried it in Japan, and I was like, oh my gosh, it actually does foam up more. I did not know that. But then I was like really curious, because in the comments of the clip, everybody seemed to know that you're supposed to wash your hair twice, and I was like, is this common knowledge? That's why I asked you guys. But I also googled about it, and apparently it's not necessarily the case. Hello John and Fred, welcome to the stream. If you have a very sweaty scalp or have thick hair, then you can. I do that because I have that. I didn't vote in the poll because I don't want to be Thanos. Because you want to be Thanos. I feel like if you vote in the poll and the answer is yes, well, right now it's like heavily on the no side. That's what the shampoo moguls want you to think. Yeah, that's what Mr. E says. It sounds like big shampoo messaging. But like apparently that's what rinse. Wait. Lather? Shampoo, rinse and repeat. Shampoo, rinse and repeat. That's like a catchphrase. I didn't know that maybe it was from like shampoo companies saying shampoo, rinse and repeat. But that's like, or lather, rinse and repeat. That's like an actual saying, right? You have to replenish your scalp with hand conditioner. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but I mean, what I read online is that you do, it would be ideal to like shampoo your hair twice if you have an oily scalp, or if like you go multiple days without shampooing your hair. Then it'll be good to do like a proper deep cleanse. Interesting, right? The more you know, the more you know. I guess I kind of do that now, but it's more for the double shampooing thing. It's more for the extra like foam. But I hear that if you double, like some people don't double shampoo because, you know, they know that maybe you're supposed to, but for economic reasons, because you use more shampoo if you double shampoo. Knowledge that's common to you might not be common to others and vice versa. Very true, Ray. I wonder why they have never made two separate products for this, since there's already separate shampoo and conditioner. The pre-shampoo, the shampoo, and the conditioner. Maybe the pre-shampoo and the shampoo should be like a 2-in-1. Maybe. Especially if you are exposed to dusty environments. Yeah. Yes. I think at the end of the day, it's all about like cleanliness, right? And making sure that you clean properly. Like for example, some people like wash their body twice. They don't just like use body soap once, they do it twice. I think one of my viewers actually said that also in the comments. They do it twice so that they feel extra clean and extra fresh. My hair is really thick, so it takes forever to properly wash. I was outside in the rain for about an hour, and only the top layers of my hair was wet while my shirt's... Wow! That's really thick hair. Just really, really thick hair. I don't wash my hair every day because my hair is quite dry. As in, okay, how do I explain this? My scalp area might get like oily, but the rest of my hair is quite dry. So if I'm not doing anything too much, I don't usually wash my hair every single day. I wash it maybe once every 2 days, so that, you know, I don't like further damage my hair too much by excessively washing it. Which I think why it's actually more important to double shampoo for me, because if I'm washing my hair once every 2 days, for example, it'll be good to have a deeper clean. Oh, but lest you guys think that I am gross and I smell bad, I have testimony from Brett, who says I smell nice. I mean, I guess you could say, like, he would be obligated to say that, right? But yeah, I smell nice, full stop, in general, not just from him. I get this compliment from other people, so I smell nice. My fiance and I both have curly hair, but we have to explain that it's pretty different from each other. Oh, really? Here where I'm at, we got a combi of shampoo conditioner, so I used that just twice. Oh, I don't believe in 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. But I guess maybe for guys it's okay, because I feel like 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner is quite bad for my hair. Yeah, and I feel like most hairdressers would be like, oh my god, 2-in-1. Yeah, but I don't know. I think maybe it's fine. Yeah, so that was something I learned. It's quite interesting. Okay, it seems kind of funny because like I have these things that I want to talk about, right? But they don't necessarily flow. Like we finish one topic, we talk about shampoo and conditioner, and now we're gonna move on to the next topic. It works for me, but not for women. My hairdresser recommended it. Ah, nice. I guess, yeah, I mean, hair care is quite personal. Just like skincare and all sorts of other things. It's all very personal. It really depends on the person. And I think a hairdresser is probably the right person to consult for these things. Yeah, I always use products that are recommended by my hairdresser. I didn't always, but like as I grew older, I found that it was better to just trust the one person who does my hair often than to like experiment with a bunch of different products. Or maybe I'm just lazy, I don't know. I'm more the 15-in-1 kind of guy, but I do own separate shampoo and body soap. That's good, that's good. I mean, I've also heard of guys who use shampoo, conditioner, face wash, and body soap all the same thing, which makes me go like, what? I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do that. Because I'm sure that, like, for example, body soap really strips. Some of the body soap really strips, like, something. And it's probably too harsh to use on your face. But I don't know, you know. I feel like a lot of guys do that, but they turn out fine. Some of them have even better skin than I do. So the world can be a bit unfair sometimes. Yeah. Oh, I did want to talk about like, okay, on my list, I wanted to talk about this donut thing. I tweeted about it, about donuts. Oh wait, hang on. My Wifey's shampoo and conditioner are much more expensive than mine, but my lotion is much more expensive than hers. She just got a ton of types than me. I see. Well, I think what matters if it works, it works. The cost doesn't matter and the number of steps doesn't matter, you know? I have like a 6-7 step like face skincare routine thing, and they are not like from the same brand, and they're not expensive. They just work for me, so yeah. Manu's hair care product also doubles as the Starship fuel and facial hair oil. Efficiency at its finest. Efficiency and cost saving too. I mean, I wish I was the kind of person who like could use one product for everything, but unfortunately I'm not. Unfortunately. Yeah, so I think the nice thing about family trips, right, is, you know, you learn, I find that you learn new things about each other, or it gives you an opportunity to like reflect on your familial relationships. Like, I feel like I got to be reminded of my mom's like neatness, and then I got to think about how much my dad is still my dad, and I rely on him very much even though I've grown up. I've also like kind of realized that my parents have aged, that kind of thing. So I just think it's a very good opportunity in general to reconnect with your family and to reflect on your relationships. I think it's important to just reflect on your relationships and reflect on aspects of your life in general before it all like moves too fast and too quickly away from you. Like before you know it, my parents are old and they die, for lack of a better term. Yeah, so I want to be able to treasure those moments and to really think about those moments. Speaking of, now this is a transition. Speaking of learning new things, so there were two things that's related to like cakes, desserts, that I learned from my family. So first is UK. My brother has a really sweet tooth, so usually when it comes to like donuts or ice cream, he would be like really down for it. So there is this donut shop called I'm Donut in Japan, and it's like super popular. I got to try it with bread the last time we went, and like the queues are so ridiculously long, right? So but Brett and I managed to try it because we were in the vicinity of a I'm Donut store towards closing time, and there was no queue, so we decided to just go and pick up whatever was left over, and there were like 2 flavors left. So we got those donuts and then we tried them, and we were a bit underwhelmed by it. I think maybe because the donuts were cold, it was the end of the day and there was only like limited flavors. So but this time round where my family went, there was also an I'm Donut store, and I was like thinking, well, it is very popular for a reason. Like a lot of people are very into it, so I thought maybe my family could try it even if I wasn't like big on it. But I did, like, some part of me was kind of curious whether there would be other flavors that would be better, and if we got them fresh, maybe it would taste better. So yeah, we wanted to go to this I wanted to go to this shop, and then I kept telling my parents that, like, the queue is like super long. Like you read online, people queue for an hour, 2 hours just to get these donuts. And my dad like just couldn't really wrap his head around the concept of waiting this long for donuts, and I can't either. I mean, like, I can wait for good food, but like 2 hours, 3 hours for like donuts is just insane to me. And for context, like, my dad doesn't like believe or think about like reservations for restaurants. I'm like, Dad, you have to make reservations for restaurants that you can make reservations at, otherwise you can forget about eating there. You gotta do that. But anyways, for donuts, yeah, so with this donut place, we were gonna like have donuts in place of lunch, basically, because we were gonna have a bigger dinner. And yeah, after I told my dad that it might take about 2 hours depending on how long the queue is, and it kind of wraps around the store, my brother was like, well, maybe it'll be fine. Maybe there won't be too many people. And I told him, okay, one thing about me is that I do not like it when people question what I say. I say what I say. Like, why do you question my statements? So I told my brother, like, no, the donut store will have long lines. And then he goes, well, you never know. There may not be one. I looked at my brother and I was like, there will be long lines. And then he decides to question me more, and he'll be like, well, what if there isn't? And I think this is where it kind of caught him off guard, because I was getting kind of angry because I'm like, why do you keep questioning my statement, my well-researched statement that there's gonna be long lines? So so he asked me, like, what if there isn't? And I looked at him and I was thinking, like, what is the most ridiculous thing that I will say so that it's clear to my brother that I am being very serious about there being long lines? So I just told my brother, I will eat my shoe. And then he did like this double take. He's like, you will eat your shoe? And I was like, yeah, I'll eat my shoe. And then he just kind of stood there and he's just like processing what I just said. Because it's kind of like, I guess I am slightly unhinged with you guys a lot. But I think with my brother, I don't really do that a lot. So he was a bit perplexed. Yeah. And this is like, and I will eat your shoe too. Hi Zila, welcome to the stream. Shoe yummy. No, I think it's extra disgusting because, you know, we've been walking around so much. So I was like, yeah, I'll eat my shoe if there is no queue. And it turned out that, you know, there was a long queue as expected. So in the end, I queued with Kia Mama, while Kia Papa and Kia Bro were like sitting somewhere else. And I was queuing there for about an hour plus. But we got a whole bunch of donuts. They're pictures on Twitter. They look really great and they were really, really yummy. There were like filled donuts and there were glazed donuts. I think there was like 2 milk filled donuts, 1 pistachio cream filled donut. There's a matcha one, original one, and then there's a glazed one, and then there's a nut one for Kia Papa. Kia Papa likes the nut donut. So yeah, I would recommend, okay, if you guys have an opportunity to go I'm Donut, look at the queue. If it's way too long, I really don't think it's worth that kind of queue, but the donuts are really, really good. I think they're called I'm Donut, question mark, because I had an in-depth discussion with Kia Bro whether they were actually donuts, because it's I would say that they don't really, the texture isn't really like a traditional donut, but I consider them donuts, but Kia Bro thinks they're more like bread, basically. I would recommend the original ones and to not get them at the end of the day. If you like, I quite like the one with the milk cream filling, but Kia Bro thinks that it's just too rich, too much cream. So I guess to each your own, you can try. There are all sorts of different flavors. Yeah. I'll eat my shoe if there's a long queue kind of rhymes. Sick bars, bro. Thanks. Thanks. Is I am eating my shoe not a common phrase in Singapore or English? It's commonly used in German. Really? Really? There is a phrase. Whoa, sorry, I almost knocked over my my drink. Wait, I'll eat my shoe? I did not know that. My shoe meaning. Oh, the phrase I'll eat my shoe, more commonly said as I'll eat my hat, is an idiom used to express absolute disbelief in an event happening. By saying this, a person is declared they are so confident something will not occur that they are willing to do something impossible if they are proven. Whoa! Guys, am I a genius? Am I a genius? Did I invent the English language? A bit late, but if I was earlier, I would have invented. Maybe I did in an alternative timeline. More like reinvent. Sorry, I hope you guys don't mind me munching. I'm a bit hungry. Yeah, so that's that. Quick, come up with the next phrase. The mark of a mature chat is the lack of reaction to the number of steps that routine is. So true. So true. Is it because you guys are aging too? That it's not uncommon to do a 6-step skincare routine. But yeah, I also learned by being in close proximity with your family, I'm starting to see more and more of myself in my parents, or rather my parents in myself. Like if I've ever wondered why I act in a certain way or why I behave in a certain way, I only need to look at my dad and my mom and be like, I can see all the reasons why in these two human beings. Like, towards the end of my trip, our trip, Kim Mama was very into these excuse me. Kim Mama is really into these like cream rolls. These cream rolls that you can buy from the convenience store in Japan. They come in like a huge bag. So yeah, she bought them like twice on the trip. And on like the last day, she was trying to like finish the cream rolls. And I see her sitting next to the bed, and she's like doing the most horrifying thing, in my opinion. I watched her. So the cream rolls are like it's like those round cakes, and then in the middle there are all these like cream that is inside. So the cream roll cakes. She unravels the cream roll cake. She like I can't, like, just the mental image of it right now in my head is just so horrifying. And she unravels it not with anything, not with her hands or anything. She uses a pair of chopsticks that was from like my brother buying cup noodles, and he didn't use those chopsticks. So she used those chopsticks and unravels the roll such that all that's left is just the cream. And then she proceeds to take the chopstick and just basically like cut out a small portion or remove a small portion of the cream, the cream that is now like abandoned and isolated, separated on the plastic. She just picks it up and she puts it on top of the on top of this like deconstructed roll cake, and then she folds it like a tamagoyaki. And she folds it like a tamagoyaki, and she repeats that process. So you have like a layered cake, and then she finishes up with one more dollop of cream, and then she eats it. And there's a lot of like cream that's left over from that because she only puts a little bit of cream. So she, I guess like because she doesn't want to eat that much cream. But as I'm watching her do that, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is psychotic. She's crazy. But then after that, now I realize, well, that explains a lot of things about myself. You know, eating ice cream with a fork. That's not a rule anymore. It's not. It's not. I was really quite horrified. I was like, what are you doing? Yeah. But I get it. I get it. If you want the perfect portion of like creamed roll cake, deconstructing it is probably the way to go. The cream roll cake and this suffering, the horror. It was quite horrifying. Yeah. I learned something new about my mom. Then again, it's not something entirely new. Like, I knew my mom has like weird eating patterns sometimes. But this is probably the first time I've seen her do that with like cake. My mom, oh my gosh, my mom eats like I guess we call it bao, like meat baos, like meat, what do you even call it? They're like these bread, like inside they are meat and then outside this like is bread. Hi Slimy, I don't know what to say, so hello, welcome to the stream. She, instead of eating the whole bao by itself, like usually you bite into the bao and you get the meat and the skin, right? She rips it open like a monster. She rips it open and she only eats like the bread portion of it. I'm like, mother, it's a meat bao. You're supposed to eat it together. Why are you just eating the outside? But in the end it kind of works because I like the inside and she likes the outside, so so that's how we eat. There's no wastage. And I spoke to you guys before about how like my mother, like whenever she drinks a drink, like a coffee, she'll just drink half of it. It doesn't matter if you give her a full cup or a half cup. If it's half cup, she'll drink like a quarter of a cup. Sharing is caring, that is correct. Yeah. Or she'll buy this thing called a minjiang so it's like what do you even call a minjiang peanut minjiang is a peanut pancake. So she'll buy a peanut pancake. And you know, like the whole idea of this peanut pancake is that it's like filled with like peanut bits, right? Crushed peanuts, and it's like super good. She will buy the minjiang kueh and she will like open it and she will like brush off all the peanuts. And then she'll just eat the outside of it. Can you tell my mom just loves carbs? She loves like bread and doughy things. So I'm just like, mother, why? Oh no. Why would you buy meatball if you don't eat the meat? Exactly. Why? Why does my mother do that? I'm crying. It's like she just wants to eat like the carb portion of the thing. Yeah. So yes. That's probably why I am the way I am, because my mother eats like that. And I think that it's totally normal and fine to eat like that. Yeah. Oh well. Oh well. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's already 8. Oh, that's long. We've been streaming for... How long has it been? Almost 1.5 hours? No. Yes, 1.5 hours. I'm glad to feel like... How is the quality of the stream like? Is there any echoing? Is the audio okay? I hope it's okay. I wanted to do this stream to like... You know, whenever there's like a long break from streaming, it'll be good to like catch up first before we jump into the proper streaming schedule. Quality is good, that's great. I'm glad to hear that. I will get a cable so that I can plug it in. I do actually know that you need a cable. And it's not just like, I mean, close proximity does help, but I do actually know that we need a cable. Everything looks and sounds good to me. That's great. Yippee. Nice. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I will be... Yeah, my next stream will probably be on Saturday with Lara. We're playing Flock Around, which is, I think, from the same like group of people who did like content warning, so I think that's gonna be fine. Not fine, but fun. So that's gonna be fun. Yeah, I think the audio quality is fine and it's okay now because there's like no one else in the house. So it's quite quiet, but I think if like there's family members around, it's probably gonna be a bit noisier. We'll see how that goes. I've seen some of your YouTube posts. I'm not really updated, so what? I just came back from a trip, like an overseas trip. So yeah, I'm back. I've taken some time off of work to focus on health and recovery, and also I guess during this time I'll also be focusing on my streaming. I've started to ramp up my shorts again. I was doing it on a Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday schedule, but I'm not sure if I want to keep it Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Maybe we'll see how it goes. I'm trying to keep it consistent on certain days. We'll see how that goes. What if they walk past your room and see you streaming? I think it's quite likely because like the door is actually behind me. It's actually my least favorite position in a room because the door is behind me, so I don't know like who comes in from the back. I don't know. We will see how things go. Yeah, I think chances are they will hear me more than they see me. I think in the vicinity is more like my brother's room. Yeah. But he doesn't really come out of his room much when he's in the house. So yeah, the door with inverted commas. There's no door. It's just a hole. I just sound like I'm staying in a really creepy house. Oh yeah, you're still here. I went out to get lunch. What are you having for lunch? I'm just wrapping up stream because I think Mama Kies and Kiebro will be home soon. So yeah. Yes. So yeah. I think I saw Manu's comment on sorry I didn't reply to it. But yeah, basically I am taking a break, and by taking a break, like I am like pausing work entirely for some time. Because I kind of realized that I couldn't you see, even when I'm trying to recover, I'm still facing all sorts of health issues still. And I think in general, being sick and trying to work at the same time while sick is extremely difficult and exhausting. And I think mentally it was bad for me too. I am feeling better now. Like I think you guys can hear that I'm feeling better now, but actually I am quite I'm quite concerned that it is taking me a long time to recover. Like I've never fully recovered from this bout of illness, and the fact that I have to keep taking antibiotics is very concerning to me. Yeah, I wanted to stream tonight, which I ended up doing, but actually this afternoon I felt really bad. Like I don't know how to explain it. Maybe it's also lack of sleep because I'm coughing a lot, but I felt really physically awful. Like nauseous and a bit like cold sweats kind of situation. So I don't know, I need to figure out what's going on with my health before I can do anything else. But at the same time, I'm not the kind of person to just like sit around and do nothing while trying to recover. I called it active recovery in a way, to be able to focus on my health but still work on other things at my own pace. And I think doing this whole streaming thing and content creation thing it gives me a good opportunity to then like focus on this while I'm resting too. Yeah. Working sick shouldn't be allowed, right? Yeah. I mean, my job is pretty great in that like when I am sick, I'm not expected to work. But I think it's come to the point where like I'm using up all my sick days because I'm never fully recovering. So I'm not really able to do my job at the best of my ability, in the best of my ability. Yeah. And I just feel like I'm just weighing the team down, etc. I don't know, I think there's a lot of internal things that I need to like work through with regards to how I feel about work. But I think for the time being I am feeling a sense of relief. Because then I can really just focus on myself, if that makes sense. I went to the Asian grocery store, got some onigiri. I love onigiri, guys. I have like I have this clip of me eating an onigiri that I'm keeping for my vlogs, but I'm not sure if I want to post it on my Twitter. There's like this, I got like these 2 onigiris, and then this onigiri, oh my gosh, my voice cracked. This onigiri had like an egg yolk on top. Oh, it was so good. And like I recorded myself eating it, and like you can't see my face because I like cut it off, but I didn't even remember this until I was reviewing the footage. I literally gave the camera 2 thumbs up. Like, I ate it and I gave it 2 thumbs up. It's so silly. Stolen Kit Kat trap. Oh my gosh, that is a thing, right? That was a thing. You should rest, you deserve it, thank you. Yeah. It was kind of a tough decision, but I think at the end of the day, nothing is more important than health. Like if I fall sicker by not taking care of my health, eventually there will be repercussions for myself that I will have to deal with. Like nobody else will be able to deal with it. my work is not going to help me deal with it. You know, having poor health in the future could mean higher medical expenses. And also, like, I want to stay healthy for my family and my friends and my partner. I'm gonna get married, right? So I want to get married as a healthy individual. Yeah. So that's that. So I think that's also why, even though you guys see me like put out content, like I do my posts every day, right? And I am trying to do my shorts again. It's not really because of a certain pressure I'm putting on myself. It's more like I'm doing these things that I enjoy doing, and I'm never doing any of these at the expense of my health. Yeah, for myself too. Definitely. We still going strong. No, we're gonna end the stream very soon. How long have I been gone getting married? Honestly, when you think about it, it hasn't been that long, right? If you think about it, but actually, sorry, it doesn't feel like it's been that long, but actually, it has been quite a while, huh? Yeah. They grow up so fast, but you guys grow up so fast too. Yeah, so that's that. Yeah, I was saying basically that we have a collab with Lara on Saturday, and then on Sunday morning we will see how things go, because I'm gonna try and see if I can stream in the morning and what the situation is like in terms of the streaming environment. She's getting married to me. I'm so excited for our collab. I hope I'm not bad at it. I hope I'm not bad at the game. But it's okay, I have Lara. So I think when Lara is around, all is fine and well and good. She was hard carrying every single of the collabs that we did. The Oshis are getting married, that's wild. That's wild. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's that. I don't think I have anything else to say. Oh no, I have one note here. Zootopia. Talk about Zootopia. Maybe this is something for another stream. Oh, but like basically, it's my new obsession right now, Zootopia. I've watched the first Zootopia before, and I knew everybody was like losing their mind over Nick Wilde, like the fox. And everybody's like shipping Nick and Judy. Judy is like the rabbit. And I understood. I got it. And I understand that. And then Zootopia 2 came out like 10 years later. I didn't even know it was 10 years. And I wasn't very interested in watching it, but I watched it on the plane. And I think like it felt like I got hit over like by something, because now I totally get it. I get why everybody think Nick Wilde is like the hottest thing alive, even though he's a fox. He's an animal. It's not about the fact that he's an animal. It's about him as a character. Yeah, it's great. I've been telling Brett, I'm like, let's do Nick and Judy. You be Nick and I be Judy. And his first reaction was like, no, I'm not dressing up as a fox. I'm like, no, I'm not asking you to dress as a fox. I'm getting you to dress as like the human cosplay version of Nick. And then I showed him some pictures and he's like, oh, okay, then that's fine. I'm not putting on a fox costume. I was like, okay. The way you said it, he's an animal. It's like you go online, you look at analysis, and people are saying it's not about the fact that he's an animal. They like Nick Wilde because of, you know, the character personality of that he is. Yes, Zootopia is super popular in Asia. I heard so too. Like, I've been telling Brett that I want to go to Shanghai Disneyland because there's a whole Zootopia section in Disneyland, and I really want to go Shanghai Disneyland, guys. If you guys know me, I love theme parks, and I love theme parks and I hyperfixate on things. So yeah. I've never heard of Zootopia before this. I recommend it. It's actually a really great like animated film. I think one of my favorite things about some of the Disney films and the Pixar films is that they seem to be made for children, but I think for adults as well, you can get something out of it and you can really like enjoy it. I like some of the films I really like as like Up. I like Wreck-It Ralph. In the UK it's called Zootropolis. Yeah, because I heard like there's like Zootopia is like already trademarked for something else. That's why it's called Zootropolis. And I was watching it on the plane. The subtitles, even though they said Zootopia, the character said Zootopia, the subtitles was like Zootropolis. Yeah, so anyway, Brett says now my current hyperfixation is Zootopia. And I think he's not wrong. Yes. On that note, I will see you guys on Saturday. Thank you so much for watching. I will update on what we'll be doing on Sunday, and then we will talk about what else we can do next week. The dog is barking. Not my dog. My neighbor's dog is barking. I don't know whether you can hear it. Previously, I think it might have been louder because of my position in the room, but maybe it's not so loud now in this new space. Thank you for the stream. Thank you guys for watching. I can't wait to get back to our games. Deep Sleep especially. So exciting. I can't wait to be playing more Marvel Rivals, as well as... Honestly, that's all on the list right now, right? Oh, I wanted to let you guys know too. I will be opening up marshmallows for 3K celebration stream. I will do a post about it. Submit your questions. I'll be happy to answer them. How long I gotta be a member to get the ice cream sandwich icon? 3 years. 3 years, Lara. Yes. Anyway, I'm glad you guys enjoy the ice cream sandwich icon. Okay, I'll see you guys very soon. Please take care. Thanks for the stream. See you next time. Bye bye, Ray. I'm barely at 2 years. We've only known each other for like 2 years. I feel like I've known Lara for longer. Why has it only been 2 years? Anyway, yes. Okay, please take care of yourself, guys. I hope you guys have a good day or evening, depending on where you are in the world. I'll see you guys on Saturday. おつきえでした。おやすみなさい。バイバイ。